Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And to the surprise of no one, PBS is cutting its budget because they're not getting enough federal funding.
Wait, but I thought that only accounted for a tiny % of their budget.
That's what I thought too, because they were trying. I don't know if they were just posturing or what. They're like, oh, guys, the USAID, yeah, that's not very much of our budget. And honestly, the federal government's only like, it's like 5%. It's barely an inconvenience. Then they cut it. They're like, oh my God, we're all burning down. Everything's gone. Just throw people overboard, kill Big Bird, shoot Elmo.
Can't PBS just ask for more money from viewers like you? Oh, wait, people aren't giving it because they're tired of it.
Yeah, right. Just open a GoFundMe. Just, there you go. PBS can just open a GoFundMe, and that's how they're going to get by. Let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
And speaking of viewers like you, if you go out to badorks.com, that's badorks.com, you can pick up these pins from us to you and help support this channel via viewers like you. We actually have the prototypes in. Thank you very much, guys, for the support. They're beautiful pins. They're amazing pins. We think you'll love them. Badorks.com. We're better at fundraising than PBS because they'll go on for like 15, 20 minutes about, the Elmo plushie or whatever.
Celebrities. Our local celebrity will be answering the phone.
Yeah, so PBS to cut budget by 21% following public media's loss of federal funding coming from Deadline. And look, we did videos before talking about PBS. I don't want PBS to go away. I really don't. I have good memories of PBS. Our kids have good memories of PBS. That being said, it's not sustainable.
Well, it's not just that. It's just they keep trying to use things like PBS and that to, sway things that they shouldn't be swaying, like things that they're
pushing
left
win politics.
They're going out of their wheelhouse and other stuff. And plus, they're not relevant anymore. Like PBS was big because there wasn't. If you didn't pay for TV, you might not get TV, or it was an alternative channel on TV for educational things.
Yeah.
But you don't need it anymore with the internet and streaming and YouTube and all the free content online. It's just really a dinosaur that's not necessary.
So Paula Kerger, the president and CEO of PBS, informed station general managers Wednesday of the planned cuts. The overall pool of stations dues will be reduced by $35 million. She said local outlets are grappling with their own budget holes given the loss of federal support. Now, that is the problem. The problem with so much of this stuff is it's all subsidized by the government. Mm-hmm. And then the government subsidizes it. Guess what? You do what the government says or what people in the government say. And then whoever's subsidizing you, that's the line that you toe. So if you want to talk about capitulation,
right?
Just saying, it'd be like Trump cutting a check to Colbert and then them having to change everything to make sure. I'm just saying. Congress considered legislation to rescind the $1.1 billion in funding already allocated to stations, NPR and PBS. She warned of severe cuts. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting, set up by Congress in the 60s, is going to shut down by the end of the year.
The 60s was a completely different time. It was a completely different lack of information or access to information. It was different then than it is now. And it doesn't make sense anymore. It's free programming, but you can get free programming, sometimes better programming, and there's sometimes the same programming online.
Although PBS only received a small portion of direct funding from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, stations also paid dues to the national outlet, which distributes shows like PBS NewsHour and Masterpiece. Public media advocates have
Who's watching Masterpiece anymore? Let's be honest.
I don't know. Like this old house. It should be like this older house, because how old is the fucking house now? The show's been for like 50 years. This decrepit, old house. They said that some stations, okay, so this is what they're trying to do. This is how they've been trying to play it. Really, they're only concerned about urban areas and California and Portland and, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they'll claim it's for rural areas.
Yeah, exactly. Public media advocates have warned that some stations, particularly those in rural areas, relied on federal funding.
It is.
Translation, which is probably true. They probably did rely on federal funding, but what they're trying to do is be like, oh, in Trump country, they're not going to have their PBS either.
But the money's it's probably going to go to the cities anyway.
It's
like in PA where you pay all these taxes and it all goes to Philadelphia,
We had a very lengthy conversation before we started recording about Pennsylvania and taxes and the inequality in distribution of said taxes. Basically, Pennsylvania, it's a blue state, unfortunately now. But the way Pennsylvania works is that all of the cities, smaller, or suburbs and the rural areas bankroll basically Philadelphia. So all of the business owners in the rest of the state get juiced hard, and all that money goes to Philadelphia, which is a shithole now.
They'll claim it's for the rural areas, but
they claim it's for the rural areas.
It's all for welfare, but that also in the city. It's just you're going to say it's for rural areas, and that's originally its intention was for cities or places that lacked access. But it's a lot of shit. It's a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's not relevant. You want money because it's basically like the BBC and their fees. You thought you were just going to park it there and it was going to be perpetual money forever because the government was paying for it. But the government's not paying for it anymore. Taxpayers aren't paying for it anymore. Does that mean that you have to make cuts? No, there's alternative ways to raise money to do this, but you don't want to do that because that's hard. So now you're trying to guilt everybody making cuts because they can't watch Masterpiece, which no one was watching anyway.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. And you can't say it's for Sesame Street for underprivileged kids because Sesame Street was going to HBO for the longest time for new stuff.
Yeah, that's what's so wild.
So bull crap.
Everybody's like, oh, what about Sesame Street? I'm like, Sesame Street was behind a paywall for like 5 years, 6 years. Only HBO Max.
The new stuff.
But the HBO Max is like the most expensive streaming platform. So it's only the rich kids anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of this makes sense. It's like PBS peaked decades ago. A lot of people don't even watch it anymore. It's sad. It's sad. It was important. I know in our part of the state growing up, it was important. Talking about like rural, viewers, whatever. But like, it just doesn't. People go to YouTube now, and they're pissed about that too. This was a couple of weeks ago. We got the Washington Post being like, "Oh my God, guys." With the PBS funding cut, the next generation is going to be raised by Skibbity Toilet.
They were going to be raised by Skibbity Toilet anyway because they're not watching PBS. I'm sorry. They're not watching fucking PBS. They're just not. I'm sorry. Sit and spin. It is what it is. They're watching YouTube. They're going to be raised by Skibbity Toilet even if PBS still stays on the air because no one's going to watch it any more than they're already watching it now. Probably less. I'm tired of this load of shit.
I love this. PBS cuts can mean the end of an era for kids' TV, leaving some parents facing a future of slop.
That implies that some of the stuff on there isn't slop to begin with.
Right. I mean, I get it. I get it that like ideally it'd be nice to have all the stuff, but a lot of stuff is just not. It's not even the same. Like Sesame Street's not even the same. And they're talking about Sesame Street and Between the Lions. I'm like, the best years of PBS
they've been gone for years.
It.
Those I noticed that from the image. It's all old stuff. But like, oh, parents are it's gonna be slop. No, but it's gonna still be between every commercial break. Hey guys, donate money to PBS. Like the IRS, we're gonna constantly shake you down for money so you can pay for everybody else. No. Just if PBS is viable, if people want PBS, they'll pay for it. You could have put a thing in the tax thing. Vote. Do you want more money to go PBS? If you vote yes, then they'll give some money to tax money to PBS. If people want PBS to stay on the line so their kids aren't watching Skibbity Toilet, then people can choose to give them money. Just like any other network, you can choose to support it. People aren't supporting it. I'm sorry that makes you mad, but it's the reality of the situation. They haven't for years. You've just been coasting along with no one paying attention and just figuring you had yourself a cushy seat forever because no one was going to cut PBS.
We should do clownfish puppet shows. There we go. We'll do PBS.
Traumatized children.
Bubbly Steve and friends. Steve says,
"There's Bubbly Steve's friend Geeky, who's a foul mouth." She's tired. She's low BS tolerance, and she's ready to bring it.
Today's episode of the Clownfish TV Kids is brought to you by the letters F and U.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it wouldn't be
with the middle finger.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time that children's programming was used to teach kids how to say fuck, I'm sure.
No.
But yeah, so look, we had a whole conversation before this episode too. It's just in general, like we're very aggravated with the state of Pennsylvania and their redistribution of wealth. And we get taxed really hard here. Like we really do get taxed hard, and we see people get free rides. And I understand these television shows probably mean a lot to people, but I'm like, at that point, you're going to have
people
to
that are
for
still under the age of 70.
Because
let's be honest.
Yeah.
The only people watching it are people that are older. Because I don't know anybody who really watches these things.
Not really. I mean, even older people now are pivoting to streaming. I mean, you can go buy a TV as long as you have an internet connection. There's like limitless stuff you can watch, right? It's
There's
not like it was.
Episodes online. You can watch Sesame Street that it might, you can go to the grocery store and buy. You can go to places like Goodwill and buy DVDs for like a couple bucks to watch it. There's so many different ways. You don't need it from PBS anymore. I'm sorry. That's the reality. It's just a bunch of people that are just mad because their grift is over and they can't get money for doing nothing anymore.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Basically, they were coasting for decades, free government money, and I used to work for a government adjacent software company, and my boss used to even joke about how the government, basically, we were in business because the government subscribed and then they forgot to unsubscribe a lot of the agencies, and they just paid it every year. It was part of the budget every year for decades until eventually somebody caught on. I was like, oh yeah, why are we still paying for this?
That's basically what this is. That's what it reminds me of exactly. It's just like they're just going to keep doing it because people were too dumb to catch on. And I just assumed that it wasn't getting as much money as it was because even though it was public broadcasting, if they were getting paid, why the flip are they always shaking us down for money at every commercial break?
Yeah, because probably the executives are getting paid through the nose.
So just, you know what? If you want it, support it. If you don't, you don't have to. PBS, it's up to you to do like any other, company, any other, charity or any other whatever, and fundraise your own damn money.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're talking California is most effective. They had, how many freaking PBS? They have 35 PBS stations have lost some funding in California.
Oh, well, shocker there. California was the biggest freeloader of them all. Oh, I never would have guessed that.
A whole state is, yeah. I mean, I would say Pennsylvania is like a distant, like third or fourth.
Let me guess. You're a racist. You're against immigration if you don't like giving money to PBS.
I don't like giving money to PBS. Hey, look, do what the BBC is going to do, and they have to start charging. Just charge for PBS. There you go. PBS Plus. Instead of shaking people down for,
more PBS minus BS.
PBS minus, like our coffers
you
are
can get
low.
Reruns of all the same shows all over again for the upcharge. You could watch the same things because we're not making jack shit new stuff. But you keep paying for it.
Sell ads. Do what everybody else has to do. Sell ads. I mean, geez, people get mad that I do these ad reads. I'm like,
there were ads on PBS anyway.
There were ads on PBS.
I remember the car ads. These would have car ads all the time. I remember that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, do some product placement. Like, Big Bird could drink a Bud Light or something. I don't know.
Oh my God, that'd be flipping hilarious. Yeah. No, don't do that. But that'd be funny.
Hey, kids. Times are tough here on Sesame Street.
Glug glug.
I
had the commercial. He's like, I just know what.
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? I don't remember.
No, seriously, where the hell am I?
Where the fuck is Sesame Street?
Last time I was just drunk. I woke up next to Oscar the Grouch. And I don't know, something funny with that. I'm too tired to think. And a bunch of different Muppet characters that were just laying there with no hands up their ass. Or last time I got this drunk, I woke up with a hand up my ass.
There you go. Around with a hand up my
ass. I'm trying to be funny, but I'm just so over it at this point that it's not working.
It's been a long day. But no, it's funny that this comes up as we're having a bigger discussion about just Pennsylvania bleeding business owners dry and trying to explain to our kids the dichotomy of Pennsylvania. Like, it's mostly a red state, but the government here juices the red part to pay for the blue part.
Well, there's a lot of people who just want to sit at home.
There's a lot of people that just want to sit here. It's a cultural thing.
But even the people that were getting that you're cutting food stamps and stuff, even those people, most of them aren't watching Sesame Street.
No,
they're not watching PBS.
They're watching Skibidi Toilet.
They probably were, or Coco Melon or stuff like that. That was free on YouTube. They're watching YouTube because a lot of these places they give free internet too because they want to have internet access for kids. So the Skibidi Toilet thing is going to happen no matter what. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's times change, right? And it is what it is. And
You're,
PBS,
your product of your time, you're no longer relevant.
yeah, well, yeah, it served its purpose, and its better days are behind it. And,
Learn the code.
Yeah.
What to tell you?
I don't know. We gotta wrap this up.
Yes.
Go get some Bud Light now.
I want a big chocolate bar. I want it right now.
All
Anyway.
right. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Attention, stupid humans. All orcs are evil, just like Gary Gygax and Professor Tolkien warned you. Series 1 of these orc enamel pins are on Kickstarter again for a very limited time. Pick your clan, join the Horde, and cause some mayhem. Go to badorcs.com. That's badorcs.com.